Oh my God. I'm in such a mood today. So if you, this is the third or fourth time I've started. If you don't want to hear somebody rant and cuss, then just skip this video today because there's gonna be some ranting and cussing, I'm sure. I am so fucking burnt out. I am so fucking tired of having my sleep disrupted. I feel exhausted. My body is so worn out from all of this chemical assault and the draining energy that I'm around. I feel just so, I just feel so tired. I just feel so mentally exhausted. Watching people yesterday, I mean, and some of the stuff shouldn't trigger me. I just got to let it go. Like, oh, well, it's their problem. Let them think what they want to think. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel so frustrated just watching people just jump on to whoever. Oh, they said this. I'm going to do that. Oh, then all that. Even though, I mean, look at me. Like, I'm one to talk. I got the copper bottle and I drank it. Seriously, this happening thing. This is what has been going on all day, all yesterday, for days for me. There's just I don't know, it's like an energetic thing that is just an interference or something. Like if it's not Stella waking me up, this interference, oh, it definitely does. I think it is constantly waking Stella up. And but if she's like asleep right now, then if I were to start relaxing, if I were to just sit here and go, oh, perfect, now I'm just gonna go to sleep real quick because she's asleep. 2 seconds. As soon as I were to doze off, as soon as I were to relax, it would be like immediately. It's like somebody to come up and shake you or startle you awake. So it's just constant, like jumping awake, like, what? What? And it's like, I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired. I'm just so mentally exhausted. And then plus, I have the awareness of the interference of the beings that are in there just talking shit to you all the fucking time. That's fucking exhausting. It's like, get the fuck out. Like, are we, I don't know. There's a lot of different things, it's pointless to even try and figure it out. But one of the things that really got me yesterday, I saw this woman, and this is one thing too, is because my account is so shadow banned. I mean, seriously, I haven't seen one of my own posts in months, and that's just the most strangest thing. When I went on TikTok before, I mean, it was like constantly my post. I had to go through my post all day long, over and over and over. And I haven't seen my own in so long. So, mine aren't getting seen. There's only, a few people. Another person the other day said, oh, I'm so excited to see you back on my FYP page. I was wondering where you were. And that is what keeps happening. And they said that they had started following me on the medical stuff, and that was a big thing. As soon as people, because I had so many people that went in and started interacting on that video so fast that they just took it down. And then every single time, yesterday even, when I went on there, I wasn't allowed to like anything, comment. It was popping up all sorts of stuff telling me, and I don't even have any community guidelines on that account. There was one that I had months and months ago, and this is, I think, the big mistake that people make was somebody came in talking shit to me, and so then I went and responded to them. So their statement, I went and responded with the video, and I got community guidelines for bullying, so I didn't do that ever again. And that happens all the time. Like, people constantly get that. I think that these people come in on purpose to do that. They come in talking shit so that we will respond, so that we get in trouble. It happens all day long. You see people talking about this. So I stopped responding to these people. This morning I even had another one, and I had done a video showing, my wood stove and wood, and, about getting prepared for winter. And this person comes in and starts telling me they feel sorry for me, that I feel like I need to get prepared for winter. They're living the good life. They're just out being a nomad. And it was just like, yeah, I'm sure that there's so many people just out on the streets right now just being like, hell yeah, we're just nomad in this shit. We don't need any protection. We don't need any shelter. Who cares? It's almost winter. We'll freeze to death. It's perfectly fine. It's just, it's nonsense. But I'm not going to go in and respond to their question. I'll did a video. Just like I'm doing this one. I'll go in and say what I want to say, but I'm not going to go in and say it specifically to this person, because it is some sort of setup. It's just all shit to just try and take down our accounts. Like, I still don't know what the hell they do on this one. I'll get new followers and then wake up in the morning and followers are gone. It's I don't know. I don't understand all the restrictions, but it's very frustrating, especially so last night I saw this video. It was this woman, and just her video alone had hundreds or thousands of likes. So to have hundreds or thousands of likes, she's got a ton of views. A huge amount of people are seeing this video. And she was like, oh, you know how I've been telling you guys all about, the hair loss, and I'm losing my hair. And, we've all been talking about this. I'm so excited to tell you guys. It isn't any of the things I thought. It has nothing to do with the towers or the chemicals. It's ascension symptoms. I just found out. I'm so excited. It's just ascension symptoms. You guys were ascending. This is so exciting. Oh, Lordy, 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 Lordy. I did several videos this morning. It's like, there's just like, or what in the hell? Who's telling these people this nonsense? Why are these people just jumping on board? And then why? Some of these people who have all these followings, so all these people now are misdirected. Well, don't take care of your health. It's not that at all. It's ascension symptoms. You're just ascending. Your hair's falling out because now you're going to be what? What is the point? Like, why is our hair falling out so we can ascend? Please clarify, because it doesn't make any sense. It's, but, that's a lot easier to believe. Well, it's just falling out because we're ascending. Jesus is coming to get us. So we're ascending. Our hair's falling out. We're going to all be bald. So don't worry about your health. Don't worry about your body. Don't worry about that. There is no problem with towers or chemicals or arsenic or heavy metals. No, don't worry about any of the toxins. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about taking care of yourself. Your body's changing because it's ascending. There's literally people out there who have been spiritual for, a couple weeks. And they're so full of themselves and so full of ego that they just go out and start telling these people whatever. And these people jump on. I have no idea who the hell has come up with now people's hair is falling out. I see so many videos of women talking about their hair falling out and the shame that they have felt and embarrassed. They kept thinking something was wrong with them, just like most people. All of the things that they go through, they think it's just them. Something's wrong with them. And so they just, keep it quiet. They don't want people to know. Well, now there's so many more people talking about it. So many women are coming out. My hair's falling out. My hair's falling out. What do I do? How do I do this? My hair's falling out too. I don't know what to do. And, tons and tons of people. And, to me, it's logic. I mean, what happens when you get chemo and radiation? Your hair falls out. What are they doing on us right now? People's hair is falling out. And then you have these people who, I don't know, are they just purposely misleading people so they don't take care of themselves by telling them, oh, don't you worry about a thing, Miss Pretty. Your hair's falling out because you're turning into an angel. Jesus will be here any moment and you're going to be saved. It's all okay. Like, okay, bye-bye. Because if you're not going to take care of yourself, then, yeah, ascend. Ascend straight up there to the heavens. Don't pass go. You'll be gone. But whatever. I don't understand how these people just jump on board. Well, I do, because it is quite clear that it is this whole programming of being sheep and lemmings and just cattle. People have just participated. They just jump on board. Somebody says something, they all just line up. Okay, that's what we're doing right there. And why isn't it the stuff that is true? Why isn't it the stuff that makes sense? Why is it all this bullshit nonsense that they just keep jumping onto? I just washed my hair, so now it's driving me crazy. I had it up, and it was too heavy. I took it down, and now it's I feel so tense. I feel like I could just burst right out of my skin. I wish I could just burst right out and just get the fuck out of this place. It's just so draining. It's so heavy. It's so fucking frustrating. God, I just don't understand why I get so bothered by other people doing stupid shit just out of ignorance. Like, why does it bother me? Like, I know they know not what they do, but it just bothers me. It bothers me that people just keep being misled. This really bothered me this morning. I saw there's several lives and all of these people out there trying to greet the prince. Oh, now our new king. Oh, thank you. Oh, the royal family. We're so lucky to have them. And a huge amount of people out there giving their condolences, reaching out, giving, oh, here, let me give you a gift. Here's flowers. Here's cards. Oh, here's my love. Just touch me with your decrepit, creepy ass hand. They want their hands. I don't know. Maybe they want their face. Maybe they just want a little snuggle with them. They want this fucking freaky guy to come up and touch them and shit and tell them, oh, how sorry. I'm so sorry your relic, reptilian, creepy-ass, kid-eating mother died. I'm so sorry. The world is going to be such a sad place without this creep. And then wanting him to touch him is like gross. Do you know what he's touched with those hands? You know what he consumes? This guy is sick. The whole family is fucking sick. And then these people just, oh my God, it's so disturbing. I mean, it is a split. It is a split in awareness, and I don't even know. I just look at the people doing that, and all I can see is desperate sheep, just, willing to accept any abuse and, wanting to run. I cannot get over seeing how many of those people reaching out and touching, and him going slowly, super slowly, just methodically working his way through the crowd, making sure everyone gets a little piece of him. And he gets a little piece of them. He probably is fucking getting them, sniffing their fucking shit. Go back in. Oh, yeah, okay. Track these ones. Go get them. Catch them for me, because I'm going to eat them up later. It's like, God, these people are so sick. And it's like, how many people, if Ted Bundy was standing out there, how many people would run up and want him to touch him? John Gacy? I mean, these people are nothing compared to these people. And these people want these mass murdering psychopaths just to touch them. Just give me a little second. Let's get a selfie together. I want to remember this moment forever. It's like, oh my God, it's so fucking sick. So sick. You know, another thing too, I saw this video, and this isn't the first one. I've seen several of these. And this was a kid who was 23 years old. He was bawling his head off. And he had already transitioned. And apparently I don't know if he's transitioning back or what. He was really just kind of ranting and rambling and emotional and just bawling. And he was so upset for what they've done to his generation, to the kids. It's gonna make me upset. He was so upset of what they've done and how confused that they've become and how many of these kids have gone on these blockers. He said that he knows of adult men now who decided to transition back or stop taking the hormones and, you know, just try and go back to being themselves. And now they've got a little tiny baby penis that won't grow because of the blockers. So they have blocked their hormone maturity. So they now are adult children, literally. They're grown children in big bodies that don't have they could have adult sensations, like that they have adult desires, but that they don't have, I don't even know if they would actually have like, you need hormones, I'm pretty sure, to get an erection. So, you know, I don't know. But anyways, he was going on and on about what is happening and that what they've done to the kids, and the kids who are now becoming young adults are freaking out because they didn't even realize what they had done. And, you know, to realize like you're never going to have kids, you're never going to have a normal life. You're on drugs now for the rest of your life. And the parents that have participated in this. And it's all out of, you know, ignorance. It's all the whole thing of they know not what they do. They know not what they do. But it is still, it's sad. It's tragic. And there is, like I've said, a lot of people who are going to be waking up to a lot of fucking trauma. And, you know, that is traumatic. And it is literally a generation. It is a whole group of children that this has happened to. And it's like the cherry on the fucking sundae and the humanity's dysfunction to reach a point where children are being changed into the opposite gender of what they were born into at a young age, especially because they just said, well, I don't feel comfortable. Nobody feels comfortable. What are these parents thinking? Like, I don't know. I feel so ranty and so irritated today. It's like there's really, I don't know if there's anything really that I have to say that's worthwhile. I mean, it's quite clear. I mean, we got our marker yesterday. She's gone, thank God. Fucking get rid of as much evil off of this planet as possible. And weirdly enough, there was somebody talking about some celebrity had a baby yesterday, and right after that one died, they had their baby, named it the same name, and they're just like, oh, so she's just left that body and went into this one. Which, you know, that's completely to me reasonable that they do. Just they're living different than us, because that is why they lie to us. So we don't live like them. We're limited in our understanding. And that is, you know, why we need to understand more, because you need to have your consciousness become aware of who and what it is. So when you do transition, you do know you have options. You don't just have to go back in because they tell you. And that has been a problem, I think, for a lot of souls. I think that is, you know, it has become a sickness, a disease, a trap. Like I said last year sometime, that this place had become some sickness, a disease in the solar system. And, that's we're going through all of this change. It's a cycle. But it had become so diseased that it was a necessity. There had to be other people to come down here to bring other energy from other places to change things up. But then they put out these psyop people to misdirect people and lead them off the cliff no matter what. These people who were waking up to the spirituality and then being told, well, don't take care of yourself. Don't worry about that. You're ascending. You're becoming it's just happening. You're ascending. That's why your hair's falling out. Just don't worry about a thing. Just go back to doing what you're doing. It's like that is completely misleading people. It is so important to your mind, body, spirit, to start listening to your spirit, to understand that you're separate from your body. You're not your body. It's your responsibility to take care of your body. Just like when I said, you don't need more land than you can take care of, because that's what it's about. It has to be with your relationship, your communion with your place of being or your body. And it is up to you to take care of it and to realize it's your body, it's your responsibility. And that is what you put into it, how you take care of it, everything. And that has been so much not a part of how people have learned to live. I mean, even where people were taking care of themselves, they would get labeled that, they're anorexic, they are obsessed, they're fat phobic, just all bullshit nonsense that they just will say anything. Yesterday I was cleaning the floors and I was going around and I quit using my Swiffer and because of the chemicals. So I just have been using like some soapy water and then a rag and just doing it by hand. So I was doing it yesterday. I was doing a whole bunch of the floors and I was using my leg. And I was like, it kind of reminded me back in the day of women when they would do that, when they would clean. Women would stay home all day and clean the house and keep everything running, and they would put in the work when they were cleaning. And that's why, they came up with all of this automatic stuff. Automatic dishwasher. Well, if you stand and wash the dishes yourself, if you just stand there, God, my hair is driving me crazy. If you stand there washing the dishes yourself, you go into like a meditation and you get downloads, you get transmissions, you get insights because you go into meditation. And so, of course, they don't want you to do that. So work smarter. Get a dishwasher. Just load your dishes in. You could go to work and make money during that time. Why waste it doing dishes? So they always are leading that way. And yesterday when I was doing that with the floors, I was like, this is a lot of exercise. Like there's a lot of women who could work harder, not smarter, and get the exercise they need just by doing their cleaning in their house, by putting in some muscle, using your body instead of just, pushing a stick around with some chemicals. Get down there and put in some muscle and scrub and clean the floors with your muscles and you get exercise. And so, they don't want you to meditate. They don't want you to get exercise. They just want you to work smarter. I mean, I've already made a point about that when they're telling you to, better idea to program your fucking vacuum to go in and get you a beer. Like, I don't even know how the fridge is supposed to open with the vacuum. Is it, some of the stuff is so fucking stupid. I mean, they got commercials like that. At the same time, they still have these dumbass commercials of, is it Uber Eats? Now that picks up your groceries and people get their bag and just start eating their sponges, eating their soap, eating anything that's in the bag because people are so stupid. They don't even know what they've ordered. They don't know what they're doing. And they don't know the difference between food and products to clean. It's like, oh my gosh. Oh God, I'm just, and they put stuff like that, and but then you see these people run out to shake hands with these monsters. It's disturbing. This whole thing is just, it's so disturbing. But anyways, there's going to be a huge meditation on the 11th, because we know what's coming, and I assume that we're going to be getting hit from this point on super hard. I mean, moves were made and the queen is down. So, when you think about it in a chess game, I think I think when the queen goes down, it's big in the chess game. It's not anything like when the king goes down, obviously, then the game's over. But anyways, there's something to this whole thing that they've got the queen now. And I was even like, did they push for the announcement? Did one side push for it, or did the other one just go, oh, yeah, let's just go ahead and say it now? Because there's a whole thing about the dates and stuff. So 992022, there's people breaking that down. So if you add up 2022, then you have 6. You turn the 9s upside down, you got 666. You have the 9-8, the day. How in the world did they have 9-9? Today's the 9th. So was it the 9th for some of them? Huh. That's weird. That just clicked in. Because the other one that I had seen too was 9-8. I mean, yeah, 9-8. Because that's when she died to us, was yesterday. Today's 9-9. So 9-8, what is 17? So people talking about that. Then there's a whole thing about, something about 1776 with the amount of time since this happened to now. It's been that many weeks, or I don't know. There's so much stuff with the numerology, the gematria, all of that stuff. So if you're into that, there's all sorts of things going on about the numbers and what it all means and everything. So there's tons of that information out there. I don't know. I just know that there is, this is, it's a good thing. It's big moves. It's, it's something that we wanted to have this announcement. But it's going to get rough because, it's like everything is closing in on these people. And so they're going to definitely, I wouldn't be going out in public. I wouldn't be going to any parades or protests or concerts, or I wouldn't even fucking be going to the movies, just even going to the grocery store. I mean, these people go in shooting down grocery stores. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be going on. The weather here already, it's so smoky and windy, and these alerts that are going on over here that they're going to turn off the power and stuff like that. Apparently, I think Big Bear has gotten evacuated. There's just so much stuff going on in San Francisco, so much stuff going on in Greece and Poland. And I mean, there's so many places that there's just so much happening. And so, you just have to stay, focused on what is in your actual space, so that you can, you can't be worrying about what's going on in Greece when you've got your own situation happening. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, out of awareness, that we're all under extreme attack. Everybody's under attack. And so, to me, it just seems kind of oblivious, like, oh, I'm just going to go out and go to a concert. Like, people I know who are asleep keep going and doing that, but it's because they're still trusting. They're just trying to live their normal lives. And, it is not, I mean, we're in an intense time right now, and it's the anniversary of when the banks were going to go down. I heard that it's projected, I'm not sure where the information comes from, but that the Wall Street will go down Sunday. No matter what, it's all going to go down. I don't know exactly what day and stuff, but the banks and everything, and I don't know, is it going to be little by little? So we're going to have Wall Street crash, and then it's going to be another little thing and another little thing, and yeah, I don't know. You just got to roll with the punches at this point, which is hard because you run into days like this where it's just like, oh my God. Yesterday, I'm going around just feeling so happy and so much gratitude, and then go through another night being woke up, and and then just seeing all of these people, like, why aren't they more awake? I'm just, oh my God, ascension is causing your hair to fall out. And let's all run up and touch the fucking prince or whatever the fuck. God damn, it's, I don't know. It just makes me feel like, fuck, how many more years do we have to have this? I thought 2020 was going to be it. I swear to God. In 2022, almost the end of 2022, and there's this many people just still asleep. I think that this month is probably going to be huge, and it's going to be a lot of people waking up, a lot of people passing. You know, this is going to be a busy month, I imagine. I don't imagine that we're going to go through another dark winter, but I think it's stupid to not be prepared. It's stupid. I mean, I thought this would have been over in 2020. Even, I mean, like, I stopped paying my house payment. I didn't get wood last year. Like, I really thought that it would be done. And no, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm gonna be a lot more prepared this winter. And I mean, they're already hitting us with more winter weather. It's getting colder and colder. It won't surprise me at all if it suddenly came in with a blizzard, like anything that these people would do. And I still have neighbors who would just be like, well, this climate change, it's just rough stuff. Yeah, climate change. It's not anything artificial or unnatural. And another thing too, and then I'm going to get off of here because I'm just in such a pissy mood that I'm just going to bring people down to my pissy mood level. But when so me and Stella were outside a lot yesterday and the day before and doing stuff. And so it was kind of nice because construction people behind me are done. So they're all gone. And then next door, school has started. So they're all gone. And so it was a lot more like peaceful. And, but what I noticed was when they come pulling up, which, I think they leave like at 6:30 or 7 in the morning. This is a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old and a mom. The husband leaves at 4:30 in the morning. And these are people, I'm talking about people in the matrix, people who are just still trying to live that life, that are just still trying to make it work, that don't have a clue about what's going on. So he leaves at 4:30 in the morning. He'll get home at 7:30 to 8:30 or so at night. And they are leaving at, I don't know, I think like 7 in the morning or something like that, the three of them, and then getting home at 5 o'clock at night. And when they come pulling in and she gets out her car to open her gate each day, the kids are just sitting there screaming and crying, especially the 4-year-old. She's just screaming and crying. And I was just like, when people are out there trying to make it in this world, the stuff they'll put their kids through, like, what in the world? A 4-year-old needs to be a part of the system already. Get up, go at 7, get home at 5, and, parents exhausted. And look at how much their house sits empty all day long, except for the weekend, in the evening. Late evening, that is the only time that they use it. And they're going out and putting all of this effort in to have this place that they never even get to be. It just is like, when are people going to see? And I know people are like, well, how would we make it? We have to have jobs. How are we going to make it? That is the shift. That is this relearning and figuring it out when you realize you are the commodity, but you have to develop your skills. You have things inside of you that are longing to get out. Skills, hobbies, anything you can turn it into. If it's something that is inside of you that you love, you can turn it into something that you make money from. And, but that is the development of self. And you have to want that. So it should essentially be that you see, that this is all a dead end, and that you see yourself as a commodity, and you want to put in the time and energy into developing you. And so that you have something to offer that you can barter, trade, sell, whatever to other people. And that is how you would get by. It shouldn't be that everybody needs to leave. There shouldn't be like the whole thing of just getting kids in the education system at 3 years old. She started last year, and getting them out there, hurry, get in Head Start, get in preschool, get into kindergarten. I saw a woman just talking yesterday, a really young girl who had 2 kids. She had one, I don't know, second grade or something like that, and another one that was starting kindergarten. And the kindergartner was a little girl, and she said she wanted to go to school. She really wanted to go to school. And so the mom was like, well, your brother's homeschooled. And she's like, I want to go, I want to go. So she goes, okay, well, and she goes and enrolls her. Within the first week, the little girl is like, I want out of school. Take me out of school. I don't want to be in school anymore. I want to go home. I want to learn at home. And the mom was going, of course, to TikTok, to ask, what should I do? This is what I think. And her theory was that she needs to force her daughter to have to do, you made the decision. Now you have to deal with the repercussions. Well, my thoughts on this is we need to stop telling kids that they need to follow the rules, do what they're told. We need to start teaching them to be responsible for themselves, to be tuned into their own needs, what they need, how they feel. And when they come and they say, hey, this isn't working, I think that you need to be respectful and listen. It's not working. We know it's not working. She needed to see that so she could leave peacefully and go back to her homeschool life and learn at home, which, so many people are homeschooling their kids on the same fucking curriculum that is being taught. It's like they don't need to know so much of the bullshit that they're taught. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time. And it is just a waste of kids' energy. They should be spending more time developing self, and they should be understanding their own needs and what they need and then following through. But I would no way, a kindergartner, like, who says, oh, I want to go to school, and then is like, no, I want out of school. School's horrible. And then to say, well, too bad, you decided. It's the same thing as like these 3, 4, 5-year-olds now who have got changed from a boy to a girl to a boy. Well, that's what you said you wanted. It's like, oh my God, what in the hell? I don't know. I mean, parents need to be responsible for teaching their children and getting them prepared for living in the world. And the world's changing. It's not going to be the same world. They don't need the same preparation. But they definitely need to become more independent thinkers, and develop their skills, develop who they are, to understand their own needs, and then to figure out how to meet those needs. And, and we need to have parents who are mentally healthy and can help their children to develop like that. And, there should be a lot more of talking to kids about what do they need? What do you want to do? Well, what do you think will happen? Well, how do you think this will play out? Well, when you do, and we see how it plays out, what's not, have real conversations. That's how they develop. Just the same as these people who scream and yell and kick their dog and then say that's the only thing my dog understands. No, that's the only way you know how to communicate. And it's the same problem with the parents who don't know how to communicate to their children and help their children to develop a sense of self. And, this is an important time, and we're going to be changing the whole way we develop in society, because we're not going to be just rule followers anymore. We're going to be more follow your own rules. It's to your own drummer, and the whole development of self. And what do you have to offer the world? How do you take care of yourself? What kind of people do you want around you? So it's a complete change. And I definitely do not think anybody, well, because I told you so. Do it because I told you. I think that's going to be words that'll go down in history as never say these words to anyone again. And, it's kind of the development of what has happened to our society. They do things because they're told to. They get in line because they're told to. They all follow each other off a cliff because they're told to. We need to want more. And we need to really understand that we are creating the future. And when you're dealing with your children, you're creating the future. And that's what that trans kid was crying about. Like, this is the future, and how many of these younger people have sat and ridiculed, us older people, and, minimized us and called us names like boomers and stuff like that. And we're survivors. Now to know about the stuff that was in the fucking water hose, was what we were drinking to make it. Just like that George Carlin thing where he's like, we're out there, swimming in the sewage. It made us stronger, and then you've got these kids, and they're very fragile. Their feelings are fragile. They don't know. They're all on drugs and medications, and they don't know how to function. They all have anxiety. There's another plane. It's just, oh man, I just go get it over with. Just fucking get it over with. I swear to God. Anyways, I'm just in a really bitch ass mood. Maybe something will happen good, and I'll be in a happy mood, and I'll come back and I'll say, hey, I'm feeling so much better. But today is going to be a day that I need to just process anger and being frustrated, and just the longevity of what is going on and for how long I've been witnessing it. Like I saw this coming. I knew it was coming years and years ago. It was like as soon as I got past the one part of healing and my spiritual side opened up, and I started having so many transmissions, insight, whatever, and you get these little things too. This was one thing that I had in the very beginning. There are these little, it seems like little white sparkles, but they're not tiny. They're big, and they'll start flashing. Like, they'll get really excited. And sometimes, I'd be talking, especially back when it very first started, and I kept telling people, and they couldn't understand what I was talking about. I think there's more people awakening now who probably do get what I'm talking about. There's these little lights, and they interact, and they give you, if you say something that is right, they'll go crazy. Like, oh yes, you got it. So, and all the way back then, I knew we were headed to this, what I called the come to Jesus moments, that we were going into a time where everybody was going to be faced with a come to Jesus moment, a huge crisis in their life. And, we're there. I had no idea it was going to drag on and be so draining and be so hard to watch. And I think the hardest thing to watch is the ignorance. Just the fact that these people go out and want to touch a monster's hand and have him touch theirs. The energy exchange there, all of it. It just, that kind of stuff is disturbing. And then to watch people wake up and just be so gullible and so anxious to, do it right. And, and then to be misled and then to be telling other people, oh no, you're ascending. That's why your hair's falling out. I just can't even get over how ludicrous this is and how many people just heard that and would believe it. Oh, I don't need to take care of myself. My hair's falling out because I'm ascending. I'm becoming an angel. Oh, okay. I've just bitched long enough. So seriously, I'm going to go. I'll talk to you later.